Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly completely forgotten why you went in there? Or have you been in the middle of a wonderful conversation and the perfect word, a simple everyday word, is right on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't quite grasp it? It's a frustrating, sometimes even frightening experience. You start to wonder, is this just a normal part of getting older? Is this the beginning of a slippery slope? For millions of us over 60, these small lapses feel like a shadow creeping over our sharpest faculty, our mind. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be this way? What if a significant portion of that mental fog, that frustrating forgetfulness, isn't an inevitable curse of aging, but rather a direct result of a specific deficiency in our diet, a deficiency of a powerful nutrient that acts like a guardian for your brain cells? Hello, I'm Dr. William Lee, and today we are going to pull back the curtain on the science of brain aging. We're going to talk about how your body's natural defense systems can be activated to protect and even enhance your memory and focus well into your 60 seconds, 70 seconds, 80 seconds, and beyond. In this video, I will reveal the specific class of nutrients that leading neurologists and scientists are now calling one of the most powerful tools in our arsenal against age-related cognitive decline. I'll show you exactly where to find them in delicious, everyday foods you probably already have in your kitchen. We're not talking about expensive, complicated supplements. We're talking about the profound power hidden in your grocery cart. This is about empowering you with the knowledge to take back control of your cognitive health. Before we dive into this amazing science, I'm curious to know where our community is watching from today. Are you in the United States, the UK, Australia, or somewhere else in the world? Let me know in the comments below. It's always inspiring to see how far this message of health empowerment reaches. And if you believe that a sharp mind is one of the keys to a vibrant, independent life, consider subscribing to our channel and clicking that notification bell. We share science-backed information designed to help you thrive in your golden years, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. All right, let's talk about your brain. Imagine your brain is a bustling, vibrant city. It has billions of residents, which are your brain cells, or neurons. It has an intricate network of highways and roads, which are the blood vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients. And like any city, it generates waste that needs to be cleared away. As we get older, a few things can happen in this city. The highways can get congested or damaged, a process related to compromised angiogenesis, which is your body's ability to grow and maintain healthy blood vessels. This slows down the delivery of vital supplies. A kind of low-grade inflammation can set in, like a constant smoldering fire, which damages the city's structures. And the cleanup crews, which clear out cellular waste and toxic proteins, can become less efficient. This is the biological reality of what we call cognitive decline. It's not just one thing, it's a combination of these factors. So, where does our special nutrient come in? The heroes of our story today are a group of natural compounds called flavonoids. It's a big family with over 6,000 members identified so far, and they are what give fruits and vegetables their vibrant colors, the deep blue of a blueberry, the rich red of a strawberry, the bright green of a tea leaf. But their beauty is just a bonus. Their real power lies in their ability to act as master regulators for your brain's defense systems. They are potent antioxidants and anti-inflammatory agents. Think of them as the city's most elite maintenance crew and security force, all rolled into one. They quell the fires of inflammation, they help repair and maintain the brain's blood supply, and some can even stimulate the birth of new brain cells, a remarkable process called neurogenesis. Growing older doesn't have to mean giving up on a sharp mind. It means we need to get smarter about hiring the right crew to maintain our inner city. So, where do we find these incredible flavonoids? Let's begin with one of the most delicious and well-researched sources. Let's start with what I like to call nature's brain candy, berries. I'm talking about blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. These little jewels are packed with a type of flavonoid called anthocyanin, which is responsible for their brilliant red, purple, and blue colors. Now, what makes these anthocyanins so special for your brain? First, they have a remarkable ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. This is a highly selective membrane that protects your brain from harmful substances in the blood. But these tiny compounds get a VIP pass. Once inside, they get to work. A groundbreaking study, known as the Nurses' Health Study, followed over 16,000 women aged 70 and older for 2 decades. The results were astounding. The women who ate the most berries, we're talking 2 or more servings a week, delayed their cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. Think about that for a moment. Simply by enjoying a handful of berries a few times a week, they were essentially turning back the clock on their brain's aging process. How does this happen? The anthocyanins in berries directly combat oxidative stress in the brain. Oxidative stress is like rust on a car. It's a natural byproduct of our metabolism, but over time it can damage our cells, including our precious neurons. Flavonoids neutralize the free radicals that cause this rusting, protecting your brain cells from damage and death. Furthermore, they improve communication between brain cells. Imagine your neurons are trying to have a conversation. Inflammation and oxidative stress are like loud static that makes it hard for them to hear each other. This is what leads to that feeling of mental fog or slow processing. Anthocyanins help to clear that static, allowing for faster, cleaner signals. The result? Your thoughts become clearer, your recall becomes quicker, and your focus sharpens. It's like upgrading your brain's internal communication system. So, how can you put this into practice? It's incredibly simple. Try adding just half a cup of mixed berries to your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothie. You can use fresh or frozen. Frozen berries are often picked at peak ripeness and retain all their nutritional power. It's a small, delicious change that sends a powerful message of protection to your brain every single day. Now, moving on from the fruit bowl, let's look inside your teacup. For thousands of years, cultures around the world have revered tea, especially green tea, as a source of health and vitality. Modern science is now showing us exactly why, particularly for our brain health. Green tea is exceptionally rich in a class of flavonoids called catechins, with the most famous one being epigallocatechin gallate, or EGCG. This is another one of our brain's elite guardians. Like the anthocyanins in berries, EGCG is a powerful antioxidant, but it does something more. It appears to help protect the brain against the buildup of amyloid plaques, which are sticky protein clumps strongly associated with Alzheimer's disease. Think of EGCG as a microscopic cleanup crew that helps prevent this toxic garbage from accumulating in your brain's pathways. But the magic of green tea doesn't stop there. It also contains an amino acid called L-Theanine. This is where it gets really interesting for focus and attention. L-Theanine works in synergy with the natural caffeine in tea to create a state of calm alertness. You see, a strong cup of coffee can sometimes give you the jitters or anxiety, a spike of energy followed by a crash. Green tea is different. The L-theanine smooths out the effect of the caffeine. It promotes the production of alpha waves in the brain, which are associated with a state of relaxed wakefulness. It's the kind of focus you experience when you're in the zone. Alert, focused, but not stressed. This is why Buddhist monks have used green tea for centuries to aid in meditation. They knew intuitively what science is now confirming. It helps to calm the mind while keeping it sharp. So, what does this mean for you? Swapping one of your daily cups of coffee for a cup of high-quality green tea could make a noticeable difference in your ability to concentrate. When you brew it, don't use boiling water, as that can make it taste bitter. Use water that's just come off the boil, around 175 degrees Fahrenheit or 80 degrees Celsius, and let it steep for about 2 to 3 minutes. This simple daily ritual isn't just a comforting moment of peace. It's an active investment in your long-term cognitive vitality. I hope you're finding this information valuable. It can feel like a lot to take in, but remember, knowledge is the first step toward empowerment. If these insights are resonating with you, please take a moment to tap the like button. It's a simple, free way to support our channel, and it tells YouTube to share this important information with other seniors who could benefit from it. Thank you for that. Now, let's talk about something that might feel a bit more indulgent, something many people think they should avoid for their health: dark chocolate. Yes, you heard that right. High-quality dark chocolate, specifically the kind with a high cacao content of 70% or more, is a phenomenal source of another type of flavonoid called flavonols. Cacao flavonols are superstars when it comes to one of the most critical aspects of brain health: blood flow. Remember our analogy of the brain as a city with a network of highways? Cacao flavonols help to keep those highways wide open and flowing smoothly. Here's how they do it. They stimulate the lining of your arteries, the endothelium, to produce a gas called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator, which is a fancy way of saying it signals the muscles in your artery walls to relax. When they relax, the arteries widen, blood pressure decreases, and blood flow improves dramatically. Why is this so important for your brain? Your brain is an energy hog. It makes up only about 2% of your body weight, but it consumes a whopping 20% of your oxygen and glucose. It needs a constant, rich supply of blood to function properly. Improved blood flow means more oxygen and more nutrients reaching your brain cells, particularly regions vital for memory and learning, like the hippocampus. A fascinating study conducted by researchers at Harvard Medical School had participants drink 2 cups of flavanol-rich hot cocoa every day for a month. These were older participants who had signs of impaired blood flow to their brains at the beginning of the study. After just 30 days, they saw an 8% increase in blood flow to the brain's working areas. Not only that, but their scores on memory and thinking tests improved significantly. They were literally feeding their brain what it needed to perform better. Now, this is not an excuse to go on and eat candy bars. We are talking specifically about dark chocolate with a high percentage of cacao. The higher the percentage, the more flavonols and the less sugar it contains. A small square or 2 a day is all you need to reap the benefits. Look for 70%, 80%, or even 85% cacao content. It will be less sweet and have a richer, more complex flavor. Think of it not as a guilty pleasure, but as a delicious piece of brain medicine. It's another example of how we can use food strategically to support our body's innate health defense systems. So far, we've talked about berries, tea, and dark chocolate. But you don't have to seek out exotic or expensive foods to find these brain-protecting flavonoids. They are hiding in plain sight in some of the most common and humble items in your produce aisle. Let's talk about 2 everyday heroes: apples and onions. Both of these are packed with a powerful flavonoid called quercetin. Quercetin is a master anti-inflammatory agent. We've talked about that smoldering fire of chronic inflammation in the brain, and quercetin is one of the best firefighters you can hire. It works by blocking the production of inflammatory chemicals called cytokines, calming the environment so your brain cells can function without constant stress and damage. What's more, quercetin is also a potent antioxidant, protecting both neurons and the delicate blood vessels that feed them from oxidative damage. Studies have linked diets high in quercetin to a lower risk of neurodegenerative diseases. It's about playing the long game, building up a resilient brain that is better equipped to handle the challenges of aging. An apple a day might not just keep the doctor away, it might help keep the memory loss away too. And here's a tip. Much of the quercetin is found in the skin of the apple, so be sure to eat the whole thing, after giving it a good wash, of course. And then there are onions. Red and yellow onions are particularly rich in quercetin. I know onions might not seem as glamorous as blueberries, but their contribution to your brain health is just as significant. Incorporating them into your daily cooking is one of the easiest health upgrades you can make. Saute them as a base for your soups, stews, and sauces. Add them raw to salads for a pungent crunch. Every time you cook with onions, garlic, shallots, or leeks, you are infusing your meal with these powerful protective flavonoids. It's not about one single superfood. It's about building a consistent pattern, creating a diet that is rich in a wide variety of these plant-based compounds. Each one brings a slightly different tool to the job of protecting your brain. The synergy of eating all these foods together is where the real magic happens. Finally, let's bring it all together with a dietary pattern that embodies this entire philosophy, the Mediterranean diet. When we look at populations around the world with the greatest longevity and the lowest rates of dementia, we consistently find people living in the Mediterranean region. Their diet isn't a fad, it's a way of life built around whole, unprocessed foods that are naturally brimming with flavonoids and other protective nutrients. Two cornerstones of this diet that are particularly relevant to our conversation are extra virgin olive oil and leafy green vegetables. Extra virgin olive oil, especially high-quality cold-pressed varieties, contains a unique compound called Oleocanthal. This compound has been shown to have anti-inflammatory effects comparable to ibuprofen, but it also appears to help the brain clear out those toxic amyloid beta proteins we mentioned earlier. It essentially helps your brain's cleanup crews work more efficiently. Drizzling a good quality olive oil on your salads or cooked vegetables is not just adding flavor, you are adding a layer of potent neuroprotection. Then you have the leafy greens, spinach, kale, collard greens, arugula. These are loaded with flavonoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, which we often associate with eye health. But new research shows they accumulate in the brain as well, where they play a vital role in preserving cognitive function. A study from Rush University found that older adults who ate just one serving of leafy greens a day had a rate of cognitive decline that was the equivalent of being 11 years younger than those who ate none. 11 years, let that sink in. A simple daily salad could be one of the most effective anti-aging strategies you ever adopt for your mind. So, to recap and bring it all together, we've seen how the brilliant anthocyanins in berries cross into the brain to protect cells and improve communication. We learned how the catechins in green tea can help clear out toxic proteins, and combined with L-Theanine, provide a calm, focused energy. We discovered how flavonols in dark chocolate boost blood flow, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to our hard-working neurons. And we recognize the humble power of quercetin in apples and onions to fight inflammation, along with the incredible synergistic benefits of olive oil and leafy greens. It's clear that a diet rich in a variety of flavonoids isn't a minor tweak. It's a fundamental strategy for building a resilient, high-performing brain as you age. It might feel a bit overwhelming to hear all of this, especially if you feel like you've been eating the wrong way for a long time. But please hear me on this. It is never, ever too late to make a change. Your body and your brain has a remarkable capacity for regeneration and healing. The moment you start giving it the right building blocks, it goes to work. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Start small. Pick one thing from our discussion today. Maybe it's adding a handful of berries to your breakfast, or perhaps it's swapping one coffee for a cup of green tea, or making sure you have a green salad with a olive oil dressing every day. Each small step you take is a victory. It's a powerful declaration that you are in charge of your health. Remember, growing older is a given, but how you age is a choice. You have the power to choose clarity over fog, focus over distraction, and vitality over decline. Your memories, your experiences, your wisdom, these are the threads that make up the beautiful tapestry of your life. They are your greatest treasure, and they are worth protecting with every meal you eat. Now, I would be honored to hear from you. Which of these brain-boosting foods surprised you the most, or which one are you most excited to add to your diet this week? Please share your thoughts and your commitment in the comments section below. I read as many as I can because we are a community, and we learn and draw strength from one another's journeys. If this video has provided you with value and hope today, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you never miss out on the latest science-backed strategies for living your healthiest, most vibrant life. We have so much more to share with you. And finally, if you are ready to commit to nourishing your brain for a sharper, brighter future, just type the words, "I am ready," in the comments. Affirming your intention is a powerful step. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay curious, stay well, and remember that every bite you take can be a step toward a healthier mind.